experience the magnificent surf coast of beautiful Savaii. Today, we'll be touring the Sunset Coast, or the most western point of Samoa. I am Nive Gidlo of the Savaii Samoa Tourism Association, and this is Tafaoga, Experience Our Beautiful Samoa. And to help us with our adventure today is our guest tour guide, Mr. Tawa Whainuu Whamatala of Savaii Tours Company. Malo soifua Tawa?
Langi malo soifua. Talofa Nive. You look beautiful, Nive, this morning.
Thank you. It must be my event dress.
Oh, really, Lula, eh? Talofa Samoa.
Now, before we start, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and the Savaii Tours Company?
Okay. My name is Whainuu, and I've been working in the tourism industry for more than 20 years. And this is my passion, to be in the tourism industry. And I just started this small business last year, the end of last year. And I'm a managing director of Savaii Tours Samoa. And today we're gonna start behind us. This is Canopy, Falealupo Canopy walkway. This is where we're gonna start. We're going to go down to Falealupo, see the Falealupo Hapa, Moses Footprints, Tufuta Foi Hapa. And then we move on to Asau Old Airport, see the Hapa at Asau, La Awoleola Cave. And then we'll finish off at Mt Silisili.
Wow,
Hike
that
the Mount
sounds
Silisili.
like a very exciting itinerary. Shall we start?
Okay, let's go. Well, Nive, if you're afraid of height,
Yes, I am.
don't look down. Just look straight. Are you ready?
No.
No?
So let's just do it anyway.
All right, let's try.
Tulong na Samoa lo'u atunu mai sawa se ipa ia fili mapule tu. Sama whainga tale a ule toe au talaina. Ai se i o ulangi o se pese o vi iwi inga o si o unupele. O lo umita mitanga o te tiwa ima o nene. O si o unu o le nu tofi e a fio ai au wa maai.
Malorso po Nive.
Malolava, wow, no, that was quite an exhilarating
Ayala,
experience.
really,
And look at this
very
beautiful
beautiful,
sight.
We are about 30 meters above the ground now.
Wow.
Have a look at the beautiful coast down there. And we are on this big banyan tree. The other interesting thing here is, if you're interested in bird watching, this is a very perfect place to spot to watch because you will see a lot of different our native birds, such as manumea, manutangi, and you will also see, sometimes you'll see flying foxes here.
Can you tell us a bit about the history and the background of this attraction?
Okay, you know, we have a lot of native rainforest around here in this district. And back in the 80s and 90s, we have a lot of this sawmills company. They were very interesting in our rainforest. And what happened? They cut down a lot of our native rainforest just for the money. Very cheap, and that was so sad. And the good thing about Falealupo, that's why they saved this place, this rainforest. Well, I remember Paul Cox, this guy, he's from Sweden. He was looking for a project, trying to build this walkway where we are at now. And they built back in 1993, 1994. And the idea, so instead of cutting down the trees, people can pay money to come and see, have a look at the trees and our native trees. So that's why you see a lot of native trees around us, like Tava, you see Tava right there, Kufaso, a lot of these trees they around here. But other villages you won't see a lot of these native trees.
Good timber wood around here.
Very good timber.
our thrilling climb at the Canopy walkway, we headed on to another historic attraction site just down the road called the Moso's Footprints, or commonly known in Samoan as Levai o Moso. This notable church structure is what remains of the historic Falealupo Catholic Church, which was destroyed by the devastating Hurricane Ofa in 1990. We ended our tour of Falealupo with visiting another well-known site, the House of Rocks, or the historic place where the famous Samoan saying "E au le'ina I lau ata maitai" originates from.
O mataanga ia po o i tala tu ko lele le tu o i tonu ale i ka upunga fa Samoa ko lele e au le ina I lau tina mataanga le ia o lele tau fa matala ina tu ni pe o mataanga le e tau atele mo to atele o ta ko Samoa awa mo ia e tu isi o mai e tangata e le tala tonu ko le ina ia nive Oleh ilaula? Ja, het is Silisili hier.
Oh.
Ja. Nive ole wata tau nu mai temsal o tua le o fade o tua le o fale o Silisili foi e fausanga o meni ia fausanga o Samoa o no winga o tonu I no foi Silisili la e ole tu na ya o ia na tau le lunga ai luna ole tu na teni tina le e ma foi le nga upule e tau tal so ile tunu e au le ina I lau tina ai luna winga ole ina I lau la le amato wa le tu pa malosi e se vai malosi a le au lunga le ina I lau ai afa pe te fia tele tala anga ole mataanga ni e sili alo su mai nei tatal no e li mfai pule o Falealupo e lava lato sila fia le me mafua ai ma fai na e su mai nei e tau te mata ma Silisili ia na I lo atoanga ole nei foi mataanga me se foi ole me e sawela nga upu e au le ina I lau tina
It seems like there's quite a bit of our Samoan history that originated from here in Tafaoga. Would you further elaborate on that?
Yes, Nive, we are here at the most western point on the earth. Well, it used to be, the last millennium, there were a lot of people from all over the world. They were here to celebrate the last sunset because we used to be the last people to see the last sunset of the last millennium.
Right.
Not anymore, but I'm so proud of it. I was here at that time and it was
very historic.
Yeah, very historic. I still remember that. And another thing that we have out there is what we call Olfafaosa Wali. We have a lot of legends, and as I said earlier, these were most historical sites of Samoa, such as well, we already see the House of Rock, Oleanga Mt Silisili, Ole Fafaosa Wali, Lualoto Wali, and all those legends.
We're at Tafaoga, Samoa's most western point. It prides itself as the last place to have seen the sunset of the last millennium. If you are a sunset chaser, this is the acclaimed place to be at the end of the day. It provides mesmerizing, stress-free moments, capturing the charismatic, vibrant colors of the sun as it turns gold right before your eyes. Okay, it's quite hot today, Tower.
Yes.
You know what would be nice?
Yeah.
some ice cream and a chocolate bar.
Oh, Nive, it reminds me about this place, Savai Coco.
Is it a shop?
It's not a shop. It's a place where they process our cocoa beans, and then they sell them or they export them to the Whittaker chocolate factory in New Zealand.
Right.
And
I've heard of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are quite a lot of our tourists that they want to see this place, and I think this is a good chance to go and have a look at it.
Yes, please. Yes.
All right. Well, Nive, we got some fresh, ripe cocoa pods from the farm. Cocoa is a seasonal tree, so we are coming to the end of our season, so that we don't see a lot of cocoa around, but we have this ripe one. Let's open up one and then we'll have a look. This is the first step.
Wow, you look like you've been doing this for years.
Yes. Yeah. And this is how it looks like. Fresh beans. So de-seeding, we have to de-seed all the, all the spots. We ferment the cocoa for 5 nights, and we do everything according to what the Whittakers want. So fermentation is a process where we bring the fresh wet beans and we put them inside those boxes, and then we cover them with banana leaves. Banana leaves also helps the flavor to bring out the flavors. Yeah, this is how we dry the cocoa. We use these drying shelters because sometimes it rains.
Yeah.
But we have shelters. And our final process or final step, Nive, we're gonna take all the dry beans where we do the the QC quality control, where we do the sorting before we're gonna store them in the storage room.
Okay, that's the final process.
That's the final process.
So Tama, we're here at Asau Airport. Is there much going on at the airport at the moment?
No, not much, because there are no commercial flights, just open for emergency flights and charters. Last year we have a group of geologists from New Zealand. They done a research here, and after the research they said that this cave is ranked 27th in the world.
Wow.
Which means that it's one of the biggest cave, and it's the biggest cave in Samoa. It's about more than 5,000 meters long, and it's about more than 140 meters deep. So it's quite a big cave. Well, another interesting thing about this cave is not only the cave, but the walk. As we walk, you see all the native trees, the birds, and all that. And you hear a lot of swiftlets inside this. They nest inside this cave. So let's go and have a look.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
So what do we expect to find in this La'aulila cave, Sal?
Well, get ready to get dirty, as you're expecting most of the cave. But the most interesting thing, you will see a lot of, what do you call, swiftlets, a lot of nesting inside here.
What's the nature of these bats?
Well, they always hide inside these dark caves. They always nest inside. Well, Nive, what I want you to know, this is one of the intersections of this cave. As I say, it's the biggest cave in Hawaii and in Samoa. So you can easily get lost if you don't know the place. So you have to bring the a tour guide with right tools. Otherwise, yes. And otherwise you will get lost. You can easily get lost, Nive. So you need to. I'm glad that you have those shoes and lights. And all that.
Malo sa fuwa mamoa.
Yeah.
Wa mai oi.
Taro falawa nive and mishon marori. Au puchibi. E bangia pa tai ageli. Sau no ngai ro yoga.
I wa fia no mauta nei mato te fia maua sina wha matalanga pupu. E winga fo ele mata angolo ia yo lau whanua mata ngō fia ia. Ai pole a fwele tau sanga na a mata lia ia na whaiale nei mata anga e vea mata anga mo tangata ta whao mai moa.
Ia whao tai bole. Spau sili nei marmana ma fo ele mata anga. A nei ai. O ole mata anga. Na mafua no umaua le ngalue o o whanua a kone. Tau sanga e a wheive se rau lima sfufa. Na matai whanua nei. Mo umaua lole o le ana lea. Ia, e kere me sa e komu ngā wā. O ngā lau ti tere vāne nei. Ia, sau tamu whai a po le wau kere i mān malama i se mea ngai maua mai ai. A leo roi. A ole mea o ngā mea lea. A wai le tō moa, mat whāna. Ia mena e kake nofo i mawhau i e wha manui anga. Ia se mea sa le mauti noa. A le mea o sila where atu e kauka mō. O le apena le me sofare na maua ea, biang. Ia o kaimi ngā kokere i ola wāngi. Wāngi ale pa ia fo o tōwha.
O ea la tangata mua le awhio anga nei wo mua sila ma.
Ia la.
Ia.
Wā kaka ngā mō ranga wā rengar whangua rea kawa i ka.
Nive, this is our last stop of the day, and we're gonna hike the highest peak of Samoa, which is Mt Silisili. And it's gonna be an adventure of your life.
Great, I look forward to it.
So are you ready?
I've never been ready in my touristy life.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's hit the road. If this is your cup of tea, you definitely need the local Opo guides. This is not possible without the assistance of our local village tour guides.
Sa'ole Nive, we are having our first break, and we are here with this Opo strong boys. They are with us. They are very helpful.
Very fit boys, huh?
They are very fit
experienced,
boys.
I see. Ito sila feeling mo le la aule ka ke mapuai la.
Ole ka ke sa fai la le awa. Le sila aule ka ke le mo le.
Pe la aule len ka ai oi fala lu. Le ka canopy mo foi la a. Ona tuale mai
Pati.
Samoa
Our Mt Silisili hike was both a physical and emotional challenge. The eagerness, concentration, and willpower required to execute this type of exploring were magnified 100-fold. It was an experience of a lifetime, and it would not have been possible without the immense commitment and direction of the highly experienced Aopo village tour guides. We came to the first lookout where we could finally get a glimpse of how far we've come, and we could also see our Sau area and the sunset coast of Savaii. At this point, we've just gone past the 5-hour mark since we began the hike, and we've been told by one of our dynamic local guides that we have approximately 1 more hour left to go. We were fortunate enough to pick and eat some wild berries along the way, which made up for a good level of energy needed to finish the adventure. Finally, we've reached the campsite with heartfelt gratification, and visibly our tents have already been pitched and arranged for our night stay by our generous village guides. The campsite was obviously strategically selected for its reasonably flat, capacious area, as well as mountains on most sides, shielding the campers from the winds. The unbelievable feeling of making it all the way and physically being here is just profound. The air here is amazingly cool and surely compensates for all the wounds and pain endured during the hike. Truly amazing. Cheers.
Cheers.
We've done it. As our village guides continued to set up our tent accommodation for the night, we were made to watch some great Aopo sportsmanship through a game of volleyball, which helped keep our hike assistants warm. Later that evening, Junior Tassi of Vanu Studios put on a fire knife dancing show for us and performed the very first fire knife dancing on Mt Silisili. And at almost 2 kilometers above sea level, this might probably be the highest sivafi ever performed anywhere in the world.
Beautiful morning, huh? Beautiful
Yes,
sunshine.
yes.
How was your night last night?
It was nice.
You had that beautiful
It was
smiles.
very cold.
Yeah.
Peole eo Antarctica fo ingale lunga I.
Me foi nga wale nga fangi of mafanga alo ke va ai ku ya poisia ka ko. O le makua malolosi ha.
Very experienced.
Well, last night we had a beautiful dinner, beautiful entertainment, and these guys, they had a bonfire, everything. We have a lovely night last night. Our boys, wow, are you ready?
Yeah, ready.
Zeki Oko.
Ready.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, we are ready to climb. This is our last break. We've been walking for about an hour, more than an hour. And we're taking our breath.
Take a breather.
Yeah.
Siri.
Fafo. Bekasi. Yeah,
This is the final climb.
Final climb up to the peak.
Okay.
Ready? Let's do it.
Hoy.
We on the top of Samoa now.
Literally
Huh?
we are.
We made it.
Woo!
Yes.
Yes. What a mind-blowing and thrilling experience it has been so far. We have just returned from the summit of Mt Silisili, the highest point of Samoa. Faftai Teletawa for taking us on a journey of Sunset
You're welcome,
Coast.
Nive.
Until next week, I am Nive Gitlo, and this is Tafaoga. Experience our beautiful Samoa. Tofa Soifua.